Hi everyone, I'm Ketra. We're going to do a collective reading together today. And so this is one of those readings where I just know it is for my sober souls, those on the path to spiritual recovery, healing from addictions, healing from past traumas, and things like that. And I just know that because I continue to hear it in my head over and over. So as I'm on my layover, I'm like, okay, let's just go ahead. Let's take a nice deep breath so that we can connect with our higher selves, so that we can really get the messages that we're meant to hear today. Other than that, I don't really know what the intention of the reading is, but yet I know that these messages are for my sober souls out there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with the inner child oracle, which I usually end with that one. But when I picked it up, and I'll show you, in the box, there is a picture of this little kid that's just a sweet little angel. And that's the strongest feeling I've had all day, was like to remind you that we are all sweet little angels inside, and that inner child that's inside of all of us just wants us to nourish ourselves and nurture ourselves, so that we can kind of get the best out of this life that this life has to offer. So let's go ahead and let's get that first message from our inner child. As I'm connecting, I just feel like we need to remember that. I don't know why, but I just feel like we need to remember that. And I feel like I'm rambling, so we're going to read the first card. It is, you deserve to be seen. Let yourself be known. And I just think that's so significant. That little baby angel that stuck out to me is that's who wants to be seen right now in your life, is your inner child wants you to see you, right? Your next message is, connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. And I think when we pay attention to our inner child, that is really holding ourselves in love with ourselves. And that's so important, especially, I mean, it's important for everybody. But when you're on that spiritual path to recovery, it's something that is so key, that once you just realize, I love myself. I love myself for my past. I love myself for my future. I love myself for right now. And these cards are so beautiful. Like, if you just look at this card, it's just somebody and they're in that beautiful water. So it feels like you're really in those emotions right now. You're just really, really feeling it. And when you're in a forest, or like a couple weeks ago, I was literally in the Sequoia National Parks, and there was these beautiful deer that if you didn't stop and if you weren't okay. So I'm in a hotel room right now, and just to tell you guys, birds have been coming to me all over the place. I think I'm on like the 11th floor in this hotel room, and a pigeon just landed on my windowsill. So that is amazing. My grandparents used to, like, I'm straight up going to cry right now. My grandparents used to race pigeons, and it's just staring at me right now. That is so neat. And it wants me to see it. So where is those little things happening for you, or what is happening for you in your life right now, where you're seeing all these little things? Like, the universe is literally trying to get to us, showing us all these beautiful little, it's just pacing back and forth. Okay. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Grandma and Grandpa. I appreciate the little nod there. So thank you for letting me have that moment. Where is it right now that the universe is doing that for you? Where is it that those moments need to be seen? Those moments need to be felt. Those moments need to be heard, because they're happening all the time. But when we're not in sobriety and we're not on our spiritual path to healing, or if we are and we get lost, then we stop seeing those things, right? And so it's just a beautiful reminder, because like literally there's a bird on this card and the deer, and it's a beautiful moment. So I'm glad I got to share that with you guys. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to ask Tarot to show us where we're at and where we're going. And hopefully I get some messages that resonate with you guys for where you're at while you're on your spiritual path to recovery. So we're just going to attempt to do 3 rows. And wow, that's just so neat. We're going to attempt to do 3 rows, where you're at, where you're going, and how you're going to get there, where you're at spiritually, and, kind of down here. You are 9 of Pentacles. You are Wheel of Fortune, and you are the King of Pentacles. You are Six of Cups, Three of Swords. Good on you, working on your heart. Five of Cups. Advice from above. Judgment card. Five of Wands. And the Moon. That Moon card keeps coming out this week. Okay, so right now, energetically, Nine of Pentacles. Right now, if you're on that spiritual path to recovery, you've been working on yourself. You've been working on what it is that you want to have happen in your life, and it's happening for you. That abundance of everything, that luxury, and not just in earthly stuff, but in moments like that. The abundance of family and friends and knowledge, and what you've learned, you've really put to work, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune here. So it's like your fortune has been changing while you're on this spiritual path to recovery. So that's super beautiful for you. And then also how you're doing that is you're in the energy of the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles has a very strong foundation. She, they know what they want and how they're getting it. And it's because I feel like you're connected to the divine, you're connected to God, you're connected to the higher power, you're connected to source pretty deeply if you've built your foundation as strong as it feels like you have. So I only brought one tarot deck with me. The other one is a Halloween tarot deck, and I'm not going to use that for this. But I'm going to clarify each of these cards for us just so that we can get a deeper message from Spirit. So we're going to clarify the Nine of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Pentacles. So Six of Pentacles is clarifying that Nine of Pentacles. So it really shows right now you've found that balance. You're giving to others and you're also giving to yourself. And that's what's creating that Nine of Pentacles energy for you. Your Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Sun. It's because you found it. You have found what it is that you want to do moving forward. You have found that connection with the divine source, God, your higher power. You've found it. And that is what's getting your Wheel of Fortune to move in the right direction. And your King of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Cups. And I love that because that shows that right now you are nurturing. And if you're not, you should take this advice. You are nurturing what you love. And I'm hoping that you are loving yourself right now. You next have, so where you're at, where you're going, and how you're getting there, where you're going. So Six of Cups. So with this card, it is a card of nostalgia, right? It is a card sometimes where it shows that you have been thinking back. And if you're thinking back, be mindful of how you're thinking back, because thoughts are things, right? And so sometimes when we think back, sometimes we only think of the negative. So this is a message to, when you think back, think of the positives. Think of all the things that has happened in your life, good or bad. They've gotten you to where you are today. So that's a beautiful thing. So you have the Six of Cups. And I say it like that because you have the Three of Swords here. So because it's a collective reading, it's one of two things. You have worked so hard on your heart right now to heal your heart. Like where you're going, you've either healed your heart or you're healing your heart. And that's why it's a reminder with that Six of Cups is to not think about the past in the negative. Think about the past in a positive. That's what's going to help heal your heart. And just remember, as you're healing your heart, you're walking away from poison. You're walking away from the poison being, it could be alcohol addictions, but it could also be those thoughts that are literally poison. If you let your thoughts get in your mind, I just heard like rot, like it just rots your mind. The addictions, they rot your body, and that's nowhere where you want to be right now. And it shows that you have moved from that. So with that, because if you think about it, you have the Five of Cups here, right? You have the Six of Cups. So it shows that you've walked away from what no longer serves you. And you're realizing what you want to do is really just be kind and loving to yourself. And how you're doing that is because you've healed your heart. So we're going to clarify this row too. And I apologize, my little area is so small. I don't know if I did say that I'm on a layover. And if I didn't, I'm on a layover. I'm in California just for the night. And then I'll bounce around to Phoenix and then to Omaha and back to Phoenix and end a 3-day trip. So let's go ahead and clarify that Six of Cups. Our Six of Cups is clarified by, that's how you did it. You went into hermit mode and you're taking all of those things that you've acquired from connecting to source, connecting to God, all of that knowledge that you've also, I heard, connecting to others that are like-minded. That's how you're healing your heart. And that's what's showing you how to go moving forward. How to go moving forward is to connect with like-minded souls, and they can teach you, or they've taught you. Like I said, it's a collective reading, but that's what you're doing, is you're going in and you're taking that knowledge that you've learned. The knowledge is the lantern here. It's that light, the light that you are. You're taking that knowledge, and that's what you're doing. So Three of Swords is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. So this to me is an instant reminder of, don't hold on too hard to all those thoughts from your past. Just remember, you're healing your heart. You're healing your mind. You're healing and reconnecting your soul to your soul's path. So just be mindful of that. Your Five of Cups is clarified by Tower. So the Tower is an excellent opportunity to realize that you're starting in a new direction. You're walking away from the old. You're falling away from old habits. You're walking away from old habits, old patterns, old ways of being, and you're moving forward. So I love that. I love a good Tower moment. So next, you have Judgment. So moving forward, so where you're at, where you're going, and how you're getting there, how you're getting to the next phase of your life, wherever you are in your soul's path, whenever you've found this video, where is it next that your soul is asking you to go towards? And just remember, Five of Wands, this is what you've moved past. You're no longer letting your thoughts and your fire inside have that chaotic kind of uncontrollable kind of way about you. You're going to listen to the call from your soul. You're going to walk away from anything that causes this kind of drama for you. And you're doing that because when we're on the path to sobriety, we are always mindful of where we're at and how our behaviors are in any one day. So like if somebody is making you feel a certain way, it is because you need to kind of check yourself. And so that's where the Moon card comes in. It is a time for you to reflect back and think, okay, well, this is going on. How do I continue on my path? How do I continue to go home? And home for me is always connecting to God, connecting to source, connecting to my higher power. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to clarify the Judgment card to see if Tarot wants to show us where we're at on our soul's path. What are we being called to do right now? So we are being called to continue to move forward. I know it sounds like so cliche. Okay, we're always moving forward, or we're always starting a new journey. This is to continue the journey from your heart. So like the Knight of Cups, he could easily just stop and plant those seeds. There's water, everything's lush, but everything hasn't fully blossomed with this Knight of Cups. He hasn't kind of made it to King of Cups just yet. You know what I mean? And so the Judgment call is just calling you to continue on your journey, but being heart focused. Your Five of Wands is being clarified by the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Keep the balance. Remember to play, but remember to put the work in, because that's where you find that balance. And then your Moon card is clarified by the Six of Wands. So having that clarify the Moon card just really means once you reflect back on yourself daily, that's going to give you that moment of celebration. Like, because you're going to be able to reflect and be like, okay, I used to not care how I was in any one of my days, and now I care. Now I want to make sure that I'm connected, and that is what gives us that Six of Wands celebration moment. So I love that for you guys. So you're still on the right path. You're still moving forward. You're learning to use the tools that you've been given, and the pigeon just came back. That's so cute. Next, we're going to get a message from the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. I love these cards. I love the messages, and I love the message from the guidebook too. So we might be tapping into the guidebook for this message. But this one, find the lesson. Okay. It is discover the purpose in a situation. Trust that you are learning. That's exactly, and this is just the one, right? Trust the lesson that you are learning, because we're always learning a lesson. So find the lesson. So we're going to look at number 29, and we're just going to read it really quick. Okay. So find the lesson. And this is a really unique card. So take a moment. I'm going to hold the card while I read the message. It is, perhaps it hasn't one, Alice ventured to remark. Tut, tut, child, said the Duchess. Everything's got a moral, if only you can find it. Alice is struggling to find any meaning in what is taking place in Wonderland, particularly when she is at the court of the Queen of Hearts. She is puzzled, confused, and feels very much like complaining. Ooh, haven't we all been there? Just feeling like we just want to constantly complain. The truth is, there is a lot for you and Alice to complain about. People are not cooperating with each other. There is a great deal of disorganization and chaos. People are quarreling and not getting along. The volatile nature of what is taking place can make you feel like there is no sense to any of this at all. But, sorry, it's that bird. But the Duchess points out everything has a moral, or rather, everything has a lesson within it. And this is the struggle for you right now. Rather than facing yourself to find the lesson, the better approach is to trust that there is a lesson. Trust that you are learning and that this experience will come to be valuable in time. It is a very strange and trying place you find yourself, so be patient with yourself. Understand that it is natural to feel frustrated, impatient, and confused, but trust there is a reason for this, and in time you will come to know the purpose of the bizarre, topsy-turvy, and very trying time. The spiritual meaning of the card is upheaval, quarrelsome people, disputes, antagonism, and confusion. Uncertainty about the purpose of a situation, feeling frustrated and ready to complain. Let it go to the universe. Ask the universe for clarity and trust that time will bring an understanding of the lessons this uncomfortable adventure is teaching you. And this can absolutely be an uncomfortable adventure sometimes when we're on our spiritual path to recovery. So as you know, I'm also on my spiritual path to recovery. So if you would like just to have a one-on-one conversation with me, feel free to leave me a comment and let me know how we can best get in touch. Otherwise, just thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking my videos and making comments. And until the next video, take care and have a great rest of your day.